Hello boys and girls, apparently it's snowing and yes, I say girls because this channel has 2.8% female audience. Now, first of all, I want to thank everyone for the support this channel has received. It has grown a lot. We reached 2,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. Um, you guys left your feedback and suggestions on the comment box. You liked a lot of the videos, for which I am grateful. Now moving on to the video, this is the fourth episode from the Vanilla Class Overview series. Previously we covered the Warlock, where we said that it's complex to play and has a lot of abilities and spells. Now on the other hand we have the Rogue, which is quite the opposite. It does not have a lot of abilities and it's not that hard to play. I don't want to say easy, but let's move on. Rogue was a very popular class back in Vanilla, and it's a very popular class today, and probably the second most played class in this expansion. And not because it's overpowered and easy to play, there I said it, mostly because back in 2005-2006 this class received a lot of attention, especially in World of Warcraft forums where people were complaining, nerf rogues, rogues are overpowered, even rogues were complaining, fix vanish and so on. The class received a lot of attention even in the media. Back then Warcraft movies was very trending, and half of the videos there were rogue PvPing. Some of them like Grim, Path of Blood, Total Annihilation, Percolator 1, 2, 3, 4, Niar, World of Roguecraft 1, 2, 3. You should watch those, are quite entertaining even today. And this acted as a publicity to the Rogue. A lot of people were watching this and thinking that the Rogue is the funnest class to play in World of Warcraft, and that, from my opinion, that's not right. There are other classes that are more fun to play, hence the little abilities that the rogues have, but that's a different point. This publicity acted like as seen on TV, and a lot of people rolled rogues. Now I rolled a rogue back in Burning Crusade. I leveled it from 1 to 70 on the Macteridon server EU. I cleared all the content, some of them with Nihilum. Then I played on Wrath of the Lich King in a high-end guild until I left WoW in Wrath of the Lich King. I leveled some rogues in vanilla private servers, and not only one of them, it's this one, which is vanilla gaming, I think. Vanilla gaming. It's old, it has 3 or 4 years. I wonder why no one deleted it yet. But yeah, sometimes your characters survive. Let's jump right into it. Some people might be afraid that rogue it's hard to level. It's not. I leveled it at the beginning even without riposte, and I didn't find it that hard. So you'll have to level combat. You need 2 points in improved sinister strike, 3 points in gouge. This will give you 1.5 seconds to your gouge ability, which will allow you to bandage when you gouge a mob, and or a player in PvP, will allow you to escape some unwanted PvP situations. Some people would prefer dodge, but I think gouge is the way to go. Move to deflection, get 5 points in order to get riposte. Then you can put it into a macro with sinister strike, or just put it on the bar. Go to your interface options, advanced options, and enable the show reactive spells and abilities. Then you will know when to use it. Moving back to the talents, you'll have to take 5 points in precision, 5 points in dual wield, blade flurry, pick a weapon specialization. Now swords, I choose swords because they are easy to find. You can get them from quests, from auction house, from dungeons. Most of the dungeons drop swords, or the quest give. Pick weapon expertise, aggression, adrenaline rush. You should be at 31 points here. Then move to assassination, pick malice and lethality, pretty much mandatory, and choose whatever you want from those 5. Doesn't matter. At level 60 you'll respec. Now your rotation will be quite easy. You'll have to build up combo points with Sinister Strike. Once you have 5 combo points or 4 depending on your mob's HP, use Eviscerate and finish him off. If you parry, use riposte. I don't have riposte now. As you can see, it's quite easy. Some people prefer to do one sinister strike, do slice and dice, and then build combo points and kill. This is viable after you get some nice weapons like the swords from Scarlet Monastery, but then, or from Razorfriend Downs, but we'll get into that later. You can do that as well. Make sure you put poison on your weapons, like I should have, but I don't, but that's okay. Poisons, instant poison for both weapons. Some situation when you fight humans, you might want to put crippling poison so they won't escape, but if you don't have a crippling poison, that's okay. You can kidney shot them, you can gouge them, and you can manage your energy in a way that they wouldn't escape from you. Some way to manage that, it's by using a Theory Craft add-on. It will show the exact damage your eviscerate will do, and for example this mob will have at 600, my eviscerate will hit for 500, and now it's ready to hit. Something like that. You will see the amount your spell will hit, and you know if it's the time to hit the mob. Other things about leveling a rogue, make sure you... Some people will say keep your cooldowns. I'd say use your cooldowns. Even Adrenaline Rush, if you use it every 2 minutes, 5 minutes, excuse me, you'll get faster to level 60. And if you get ganked, just try to fight with what you have. Moving on, some challenges that you might face with the rogue. Not many. Make sure though that you level your picklock skill, lockpicking skill, because no one wants a 60 rogue in their group without lockpicking skill. People will point fingers at you and will make you feel miserable, as I would do. Make sure you get that skill. It will be required in Blackrock Depths, in Lower Blackrock Spires, Colomans. It doesn't matter. You have to have it. It's your responsibility. Next thing that you might find challenging will be, let's say that leveling will go easy, especially when you go to Scarlet Monastery. You'll get weapons from the quest there, then moving to the Razorfriend Downs you'll get a sword from a quest there as well, and up to Maraudon, where you'll get a Trash Blade, which will be good until level 60. I recommend doing those dungeons. Not only that you can get the weapons that will boost you faster to 60, you will get a lot of good leather armor, which, as you already know, rogues scale very good with gear. Let's move to level 60. I want to keep this short. There's not pretty much to add on the rogue. At level 60, some of the challenges you might face. Oh yeah, while you level, make sure you use a lot of bandages and food, maybe get from a mage. You won't experience mana problems like other classes. Your energy will regenerate like a phone battery. You'll get 20 energy each 2 seconds, so you only have to think about your HP. So make sure you bandage all the time and get some food from a mage. You should be fine. Let's go to the raiding aspect, or to the challenges that you might face when you reach level 60. One of them will be getting into a group. You'll have a hard time getting into a group because there will be a lot of rogues, and make sure you make friends even from an early level. If you raid with a tank and you think that it's good, if you get along, get social and add him to your friend list. Do the same with healers and DPS, and you'll get more chances to get in a group at level 60. Same goes for a guild. Find an early guild and stick with it. Do not leave. Make sure you remain there and progress with it, because it will be hard to get into another one if you leave. Other things you'll find challenging, it's farming your pre-beast gear. A lot of competition for it, especially for the swords from UPRS. Warriors will want to roll for them. Hunters will want to roll for them. Believe it or not, I've seen hunters with those swords. I do not know why. Maybe they're good. It's not my business. So you'll have to run UBRS a bit. Also, the Hand of Justice from BRD, I do not have it. probably you'll find yourself going with 3 rogues and 1 warrior and a paladin, which each and every one of them players will want to roll for the Hand of Justice, so it will be quite a challenge, but eventually you'll get it, and it's one of the best trinkets in the game. I don't know why it's blue, it should be epic. It will last you for a long time until you get better trinkets, so just take it. It will be good in PvP also. Other challenges, I don't know, just get your pre-beast gear, and after you get your you get into the first raid, you will have no problem. You will start feeling that DPS from the first raid. You will be topping the meter, especially if you have entry gear just like mine. I do not have very much, I do not have that much heat also, but it will work just fine. I will be able to top the meters. Make sure you bring consumables with you all the time. Fire potions, health potions, I don't know, mongoose potions, whatever you can, so you can survive a boss encounter, because a dead rogue, it's 0 DPS and no one wants that. Your only job in this game is to DPS, especially in raiding, so make sure you make the best out of it. Also make sure in raids that you position yourselves that you won't die. Some of the boss have some abilities that if you stay in a bad spot you might die. Always keep that in mind. You want to stay alive at all costs. Now when you get a guild and get into raiding, you will be asked to choose a spec which will be between combat swords, which is this one that I have now, and combat daggers, which will be slightly different than this one. You will get points in dagger specialization, 3 points in improved backstab, 5 points in opportunity, and you will have to renounce here the ruthlessness and get only 4 points here. Same, you can find those specs online, it's not that important. The thing is, when you choose between daggers and swords, make sure you make that decision good, because in Molten Core you will get the Corehound Tooth and the Perdition Blade, and if you choose to roll as a main spec sword, you won't be able to get them. Only after all the rogues will get them, and you might use that in PvP. On the other hand, if you choose the daggers, you might remain daggers, and then in BVL there are swords dropping, like chromatic swords like Maladat, I don't know exactly the name, the swords from Bloodlord, and you might want them as well, because combat daggers, it's better only when you get like the Prediction Blade. Up to BVL, when you get the swords, combat swords becomes a much better spec than combat daggers. Later in the game, the rotation in raid would be something like 2 or 3 points, and cast your slice and dice. Make 2 or 3 combo points, cast slice and dice, make sure you have it improved. Keep slice and dice 100% up, then all you have to do is 5 sinister strikes, or until you get 5 combo points, and eviscerate. You will rinse and repeat this, keeping sinister slice and dice up, and basically that's pretty much all. You don't have to use Rapture or Expose Armor, will overread the Thunder Armor. Rapture, you won't have slots available, debuff slots available for raid. Another thing, when you pop your cooldowns, make sure to pop them all together and pay attention to the boss. Make sure the boss has 5 Thunders up, a Curse of Recklessness up, and so on. Very, I don't know, the Druid one. Watch for your procs if you have a Crusader proc, and then use your /use trinket with Adrenaline Rush, with Blade Flurry, and make sure Slice and Dice is up as well. Pay attention to those minor details, because the more cooldowns you have on you, the more are available. If you want a trick to do even more DPS, once your Adrenaline Rush starts to run out of cooldown and your energy goes down, you will have an add-on called Energy Watch, and you'll check it. When your energy bar is dropped, just get Thistle Tea and restore your energy to 100, which will be similar to having 3 more seconds on your adrenaline rush. If you do DPS and that's your only job, make sure you do it right. You will have to get a lot of hit chance gear. The more hit chance you'll have, the better your white damage will be, which will be pretty much most of your damage. Get hit chance from wherever you can, and you'll do just fine the first 2 major raids. Once you get to AQ 40, your spec will change a bit. Probably you'll go Seal Fate, but for this you'll have to be crit cap. We won't go into this because you'll figure it out yourself if you play a rogue. Moving out next to the PvP aspect of the game, rogues do great in PvP, but mostly on ganking and 1 versus 1 world PvP. They can do fine in battlegrounds as well, like Warsong Gulch. They can carry the flag, but Alterac Valley they will be pretty much a victim. You get my point. They're good in PvP. Make sure you get those nice daggers from MC, or not get them from Alterac Valley with reputation and so on. Specs for PvPing, there are many. Most likely you'll find one with 23 points in subtlety to preparation, which will reset all your cooldowns, dirty deeds, and assassination, deep assassination with cold blood. Or some of the specs will be 23 points in subtlety, 12 points in combat, and the rest in assassination. Something similar like this. You see, it's same for PvP, but you'll have to take eviscerate, and doesn't matter. Some of the specs will go deep down to vigor. Once you get 5 points in 5 pieces of tier 1 set, you will get 10 energy. Your maximum energy will be increased by 10, and 10 from the talent you'll have 120 energy. And there are some specs with that options as well. Keep that in mind. Combat, it's quite bad for PvP. Some people will choose to PvP with Hemorrhage. There are a lot of options. We won't discuss talents here. It's good to know that you'll have it. As I said, this won't be an in-depth guide. Make sure you watch a lot of rogue videos. There are some tricks that you might learn from them, and just wanted to make a point that it's capable of great PvP, and if you want to experience, you can do it. Other things, I think this mage will kill me here. No, he's just farming, that's fine. I don't wanna fight, I'm tired. Let's move to the roleplay. Your sets will look great. Let's see here. Collections, the tier 1 sets, it's great, and it works great in combination with tier 2. So if you use 5 parts for the 10 energy increase, you can use tier 2 as well, and it will be black with red also. Let's go rogues. You can take the shoulders, which will look nice, the helmet, and what else do you think we can add here? The boots and the gloves. We already have 4 now. Great. And if you add the from Molten Core the daggers, let's see if we can find them fast. There we go. And Majordomo, Executus. The size of these daggers, look at them. It's I first saw a rogue with a dagger in Molten Core, and he had this dagger, and I was like, wow, what's that? The other daggers look very small compared to Prediction Blade and Corehound Tooth. Your gear will change a bit in AQ 40. The point is that the rogue will remain consistent for the whole content of vanilla. It will start good from Molten Core, and it will finish good in Naxxramas, probably topping the meters all the time. In PvP the same. Once you get better gear, you'll become unstoppable. By using some weird PvP specs, you'll be able to global some Clotis and stuff like that. Overall, it's a great class. You will be able to gold farm at 60, even though this is a good farming spot where I am now. It's here. Even though the loot chance is increased on this realm, you can get Winterfall Firewater, which you can sell. You can get Runclot, I don't know, greens and all the mana potions. As a rogue you can farm here, but once you get that nice gear you can go farm dungeons. You can farm BRD. There are you can farm BRD. There are some guides showing you how to farm BRD. Probably I'll make one with a rogue on this channel. You can farm lower Black Rock Spire for chests, for the robe of the Archmage, for the greater fire resistance potions, and so on. You can farm lower level dungeons like Maraudon and so on. Your ability to stealth will help you. You'll have to figure some of them out for yourself. Overall, it's a nice experience to play a rogue, and I think this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, thanks for watching.